welcome to Yoga with Julie. So this morning I've got a few stretches that will really help to open up the body, and it's something that you can do every day. So we are going to start with a little bit of breathing and come into your most comfortable seated position. So that might be cross-legged, it might be with the legs out front, or you might want to take a kneeling position. If you sit on a cushion or a bolster or some blocks, it's quite nice to kneel and you get that open spine. If you're cross-legged, you might want to put a block underneath the bottom just to raise you up a little bit. So we're going to start with a open hand breath, and this can be really good if you're hot or if you're having hot flushes, because opening the palms releases heat from the palms and releases heat from the body. So rest the backs of your hands on the thighs so that your palms are turned up and the palms are open. Inhale with the palms open. And when we exhale, we're going to make soft fists with the hand. So inhale, palms open, exhale, make soft fists. Let's continue for about 6 or 8 breaths. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. You'll notice that your nostrils naturally flare to breathe in more deeply when your palms open, and that making a fist helps you to release the stale air as you exhale. And then let's just release the hand movement in the palms and bring the breath back to a normal breathing. So this is a practice that you can practice anywhere. If you're stuck in traffic, if you're feeling anxious or stressed, or you're in a meeting, you're feeling a bit hot and sweaty because you are anxious about what's coming next, then try this open hand breathing. Even if you've got your hands underneath the desk, people would have no idea that you're doing it. Or even practice with your colleagues, why not? Okay, so let's go in for a little bit of movement. So we're going to start with some side bends. So take the arms up, hands to about ear height as we breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to raise the right hand. Look at the right hand as the left palm comes to the floor. Bring back that right shoulder and then flex over. So you don't want to have the shoulder or the elbow coming forward. It wants to be back. You want to take the gaze, if you can, to look up towards that elbow that's pointing up towards the ceiling, and then the hand that's on the floor. You can see how my elbow is bent. I'm going to straighten that elbow. I'm not moving the body a great deal, but when I straighten that elbow, it really helps to take the stretch to a different dimension down the side of the body. So we're staying here for 3 breaths. So nice breath in and out, remembering to have that shoulder coming back, don't let it come forward. If this is too much for your shoulders, you can take the hand to the hip and just flex over in the same way. Then let's breathe in, bring the hand up, and breathe out as you bring the hands down. Breathing in again, bringing the hands to the ears. As we breathe out, we're going to take the right hand to the left knee and the left hand round the back. So you're making sure that the torso is nice and straight here. Use the hand that's on the knee to help gently pull us round, and then bring the gaze over that left shoulder. Taking 3 breaths here. And then leaving the hands, the body where it is, we're just going to move the head. So as we breathe in, we're bringing the head back to the front and continuing to turn it so that it looks over the right shoulder. Twisting through the body, this big corkscrew twist, helping to massage all of the internal organs. And then breathe in, bring the gaze back to centre. Breathe out and release the hands. Breathing in again, raising the arms up, lovely tall straight spine, take the shoulders back. Then we're going to bring the left hand and raise the left hand as we look at that hand. Take the right hand to the floor, palm is on the floor. Bend over to the side, bending that right elbow, making sure that this shoulder is back and taking the gaze up to look towards that left elbow. And then pressing into the right palm, straightening through that arm as you lift the body and feel that stretch just intensify down the whole side of the body. Taking the gaze up towards the ceiling, holding for 3 breaths. Sending the breath into the side of the body. Making sure that we're keeping that shoulder back and it's not coming forwards. And then breathe in, lifting that arm up. Breathing out, letting the hands come down. Breathe in again, fingertips to about the height of the ears. And as we breathe out, we want a nice straight spine, but we're taking the left hand to the right knee and the right hand behind the back as we twist through the body. So the hand that's on the knee will help us to twist around, and when we've got as far as we're going, we're taking the gaze to look over that right shoulder. And let's stay here for 3 breaths. So these twists in the body help to strengthen all the muscles in the chest and the abdomen, and they will help you when you're twisting in real life, because if you've already strengthened those muscles, they'll be stronger and you're less likely to injure yourself. So leaving everything where it is, the hands, the body, all we're going to do is move the head. The head comes back through centre, so that you can give me a little smile, and then continue to turn the head so that you're looking over the left shoulder. Just taking 3 deep breaths here. So twists for the body are really good. They massage the internal organs and they can help with digestive issues such as irritable bowel syndrome. So they're a really good thing to do first thing in the morning when you get up. So breathe in, bring the gaze back to centre, and breathe out, and then let's just release the hands. So we're coming to all fours now. We're going to do some stretches on the wrists. We don't always do a lot of stretches for the wrists. So come to all fours as if you were coming to your cat-cow, and then take the hands so the fingers point out to the side, so that you've got the hands underneath the shoulders and the fingers are pointing out to the side, and you're just going to rock from side to side, stretching out through the wrists, seeing how that feels for you. If it's super tight or you've got any issues, then just go really gentle. And then come back to stillness, and if it feels good for you, you're going to see how you feel about turning the fingers so that the fingers point towards the knees. Now this might not be accessible, depends how tight the wrists are for you. But if you're there, you're very, very gently going to stretch through the wrists by taking the weight backwards and then come forwards. But you want to be really, really careful with this. Very, very small movements to stretch through those wrists. If this isn't accessible to you, then take it back to the previous one, or maybe take the fingers out a little bit to the sides rather than pointing straight back towards the knees. And then let's bring the hands forward, and we're going to tuck the toes and move back so that we come up and we've got the toes tucked. So we're stretching through the toes here. That might not be really comfortable for you. If you've got problems with the ankles, this might not be the pose for you. So feel free to come back, untuck the toes, and just come to a kneeling position if that's better for you. Or if you're okay with those toes tucked, how do you feel about pushing back so that you're on your toes and coming into a toe squat? From here, you might want to keep the fingers on the floor depending on the balance, or you might be able to bring one hand to the knee or both hands to the knee, trying to keep the ankles stable. If you get the hands to the knee, you might be able to bring the hands to Anjali Mudra at heart center. This is one that you can practice each day and see if your balance improves, and see if you can get to the point where you're taking your hands off the floor and balancing better. It all is really good at building strength in the feet and the ankles, which helps us not to have falls, or hopefully not to injure ourselves if we trip at any point. Then let's come back down. We're going to take the knees as wide as the mat. The big toes are going to touch at the back. We're going to look forward as we push the bottom back towards the heels, bringing ourselves into a wide-legged child's pose. So bringing the forehead to the floor. If it doesn't reach the floor, you can make a pillow with the hands, one on top of the other, or you can make a pillow with the fists, so a higher pillow so that you can rest the head on the fists. Just don't let the head be dangling in mid-air. Wherever you choose to have the forehead, just take a few deep breaths here. Breathing in and out. And then whenever you're ready, bring the hands back up to meet the knees, swing the knees around to one side. Let's finish with Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, where we put the soles of the feet together, the knees come out. If that's uncomfortable for you, grab some blocks or a book and prop the knees up with blocks or a book. Hold on to the front of the shins, pull the chest forward, the shoulders go back and down, and press the soles of the feet together for our Baddha Konasana butterfly pose. This is really good for our pelvic health, so we should be practicing this on a regular basis. It helps to reduce the, I can't remember the word, but anyway, it helps to reduce urinary tract infections. That's my menopause brain. And then from here, let's just relax and release. Bring the hands to heart center. We'll take a big deep breath in as we bring the hands up. Palms touch, bring the hands back to heart center and finish with Namaste.